All right. Our chart tells it's just real. Take a picture of it. Do what you have to do. I'm making this brief. Now I got the first 3 months of the year listed here because the 8 course is the 8th week of the year. And you see, you'll find this in Chronicles 24. You'll find it in Chronicles 24. I list not all 24, but I list at least 8 up until the point where Abijah served. So the first week, you had Jehoram. The second, you had Jediah. The third week, you had that was doing unleavened bread. All the priests served. Then you had the fourth week, Harim. All right, and then the fourth, and then you come over to Sarim on the fourth week. And Harim was the third, and then you had Malachijah the 5th week, Majimmim the 6th week, Hakaz the 7th week, and then you have Abijah the 8th week, and this was Zechariah's ancestors. This is the lineage of his fathers. You know, his go back, count generations back, count the father lineage back, and that's the time that they served. That's how the father set that up. So remember, the 8th week followed the week after Shavuot, because all priests served during the week of Shavuot. Okay, and then I have to the right here the months listed, and you have 1 through 12, all the months on the Hebrew calendar. And if you key in on the 3rd month, that's when Elizabeth conceived, and you drop down to the 9th month, which put us 6 months behind. 6 months, her being pregnant. Then you'll see that the 6 months of Elizabeth's pregnancy was the 9th month of Kaslev. And you see that down here to the right over here. That's the 9th month of Kaslev. All right, so now, excuse me, I jumped over there. All right, and the 9th month is when Elizabeth was 6 months pregnant. That's when the Malachim, the angel, brought the word to Miriam, and she received the holy seed in her, and she conceived Yeshua and became pregnant. And then you just do the math. You count from that 9th month, and you count back around, you'll hit the Feast of Tabernacles during Tishri, the 7th month of another year. And there it is right there, beloved. I want to share these numbers with you. I want to share this chart so you can just take a picture of it, go look at it for yourself, study it on your own. Now let's go back and look at these key factors of numbers, since we dealing with the numbers, which are going to direct us to the exact timing. Now, timing is critical. Remember, Hanukkah was all about the Hebrews, the early Hebrews, not compromising and coming up with a replacement or a alternative or a different day or time, because they refused to light the menorah with oil that the seal had not been intact, which was sealed by the high priest. Remember, the Greek Syrians broke in, when they took the temple, they destroyed all the curses of oil that was sealed by the high priest, but the Father preserved one. And the miracle of Hanukkah is this: it's the miracle of light and oil. The oil that was needed was in a curse that was sealed by the high priest, that it had to be sealed. That was needed to keep the menorah lit in the temple. Okay, but I'm not compromising. They kept diligent, remained diligent, kept searching. They found the one that the Father had hidden for them. And that one curse of oil lasted the entire 8 days of the feast. It lasts for 8 days. Let's put it like this: lasts for 8 days until they're able to consecrate, get another curse of oil prepared, seal it by the priest, because that was the beginning of the Feast of Dedication. That's when it started. So the 8 days wasn't prior to that. That's when it was kicked off. So let's look at some numbers here. And you can tell I'm trying to crunch it in, but I want to give you the numbers so you can study for yourself. So key numbers are 3, 6, 9, and 40. Numbers get their meaning from the Hebrew Aleph Bet meaning. Hebrew Aleph Bet are actually letter words. So you look at the number 3. That's the Hebrew Aleph Bet Gima. I got it in the ancient pictograph as well as the modern Hebrew. And the number 3 means to lift up and bountifully blessed. Then we look at 6, and Sivan was the 3rd month of the year. That's important. We look at the number 6. Remember, Elizabeth was 6 months pregnant when Miriam conceived and they met each other. Six mean to connect or establish or to join, We look at the number 9. Keslev was the 9th month. Keslev come from the Hebrew alphabet Tet, and it means what surrounds us as a result of a choice that we made, the consequences that surround us relative to a choice that we made, whether good or bad. All right. And then you have the number 40, and that's the term of pregnancy, the 40 weeks. And that comes from the Hebrew alphabet Mem. It means the power of the spirit of life. It means water. It also means transition. So all of these numbers tied together, they'll let us know that Miriam was the one who conceived the holy seed, Yeshua, during the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, during Keslev, the 9th month, during Hanukkah, the Feast of Dedication, and 40 weeks later, Yeshua was born. That was during the Feast of Tabernacles. So, beloved, it's quite awesome to know that the Father kept his holy celebrations. He kept the dedicated special times that he had set in place for us to meet. And notice that Yeshua was conceived during Hanukkah. He was born during Tabernacle. The Holy Spirit came during Shavuot. Yeshua, the death, burial, resurrection, first fruits, Passover was doing unleavened bread. So everything else outside of that is inaccurate, and is what you call replacement, is a result of replacement theology, is a result of secularism and humanistic religion. All right, I want to give you that, and I want to be brief with you. I appreciate you so much. And again, have a great celebration of Hanukkah this week as we celebrate the conception of the King. And we already celebrated Yeshua's birth during the Feast of Tabernacle. Bless you and shalom.